Hello, my friends. Ken here, your thrifty apprentice. Happy Friday, everyone. And we are tackling day 20 of Inktober, almost at the end, guys. Today's prompt is frost. And I'll be honest, I initially started out shooting this as a full real-time demo. But the technique that I ended up using to try to create the frost didn't work right the first time. I got a little frustrated. I kept recording, but I did end up just narrating the video. So basically, I started out in my Inktober sketchbook and I taped off two different sections, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Basically, what I've done is just drawn the crossbar for a window frame, and I threw a candle in the bottom left-hand corner. Ink that in with my super black fine liners, making sure that we bring in ink, and then using my ink tints pencils to actually shade in and add dimension to the candle, again bringing ink in, because after this I was going to be switching over to watercolors. Yes, the watercolors I'm going to be using are the Artwell 24 half pan set that I'm testing. I know that it kind of took the place of the Lucas I was using, but you know, Artwell did so graciously send me a package in order for me to test and review the products and share them with my audience. They're not sponsoring any of the videos or anything like that, but since they were so kind as to do that, I decided to kind of bump Lucas just a second, and we were going to use this one as the test subject. Now, in order to create that frost, what you saw me do was to wet the window panes, drop in light blue as well as dark blue for dimension in really watery washes, and then take table salt or kosher salt or sea salt, whichever one. Keep in mind they all have different size granules, so they'll cause different size frost effects on the window. I dropped that salt in and I gave it time to dry. Due to the type of paper this is, which is mixed media paper, and not all mixed media papers are made alike, but this particular one did not take that effect well the first time, so I went back in to redo it. In between redoing it, I painted the crossbar with a shade of gray that I made from mixing burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. I did the effect a second time using more salt to try to get a better frost effect. And after the second time, it was okay, so I just decided to continue and proceed on. I darkened the crossbar, and now I'm actually taking fine liners and going in again and just kind of tracing up everything, making sure that the excuse me, guys, making sure that the wood was starting to come out from where the actual window panes themselves were. Now I'm removing my first layer of tape, and I am using my hairdryer because you guys know I have a little trouble with removing tape from this paper. And what you will see is when I remove that tape, I have a white border, but it's actually still taped off so that I would have more of a white border once I was finished painting the actual wood part of the window or the frame itself. So now I'm mixing, I want to say it was burnt umber, burnt sienna, and a little ultramarine blue together. And I watered it down, and I'm going to go in and start painting in the actual window pane itself. I decided to go with gray wood simply because I felt like it would lean more so to a whole Halloween vibe versus regular wood, which kind of gives me a Christmas feel. I mean, in all honesty, the composition was already giving me a Christmas feel just from doing frost on the window with a candle in it. I was trying to bring it more so towards the Halloween side, which is why I'm using gray to shade in the wood. You're going to see me kind of go over it a few times until I got the saturation that I wanted. I wasn't sure how dark I wanted it, so it's always easier to start light and then add shades to darken than it is to just go in dark straight from the beginning and try to lighten it up, because it typically doesn't work too well in that direction. So I think this is probably like the third coat that I'm putting on that frame, and finally it's going to be at the saturation that I wanted. And I'm going to grab my fine liner and go in and start adding actual detail to the wood, dividing that frame off. And then I'm going to add scratch marks and just little, little dibs and dabs and dashes here just to give the wood some texture, to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'm actually going to draw the regular black frame around the inside of the taped off section to divide it from the white frame, as you normally see me do. Then I'm going to go in and actually take my hair dryer again. I'm going to remove the last bit of the tape, and you're going to be able to see the white frame surrounding the entire window we just painted. After this, I'm grabbing bleed proof white and I'm gonna go in and start doing my major highlights. And that's pretty much gonna wrap this up. I wish I could have left it full time, but hopefully you guys got the gist of how to do and pull off the frost effect simply by watching this demo. If you guys saw anything that you like or heard anything that you like or just enjoyed hanging out with me for Inktober, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel or returning and haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can check out the video description for all of the relevant links. It's going to give you the Facebook group, Patreon, and Etsy in case you would like to support the channel to see further videos. And it'll give you the most recommended product list so that you can get some very budget-friendly products that won't break the bank. And that's going to wrap it up. Just keep painting and crafting.